Hi guys, welcome to my next video. This is regarding resistance bands for swimming exercises. So swimming exercises that you can do when you haven't got access to water. These are great for shoulders, core, glutes, for your kicking. Hopefully you kick when you swim. I know you should do as a triathlete. So what you generally find is there are different levels of resistance bands you can buy on the market. You've got the nice green ones. They're generally quite light, quite used for physiotherapy. You've got the blue bands. Blue bands are a little bit tougher, give a bit more medium sense strength. Getting a bit harder. Red bands, a bit heavier duty for a bit more strength-based athletes. And those are really experienced using bands. You've got the black ones, really quite tough to use. I only recommend using it if you've used them many times before. But also what you can find is there's different styles of band. You've got your little foot bands, as I say, really stretchy, but small. They're only like a little tube, like a giant elastic band. Really simple to look at. You've got your standard bands. They're about 150 centimeters in length. You can do all sorts of them if you need to make a loop. Just simply tie a knot in it. Really easy. And you can buy those pretty much anywhere you want to online. And then alternatively, you have tubular bands. Really straightforward bands, nice and easy to use. But also they come with features like a little handle, so you can grip onto to get a good solid grip for your workout. Now what we're going to go through is some simple exercises for swimming, 6 exercises to be precise. We've got some exercises that range through the whole body. So we're going to start off with bicep curls. Take your band, you're going to simply put it around your foot on one leg for one arm. On the side you're going to work out first. And all I simply want to do is keep your elbow nice and tucked into your body, all the way up to the shoulder, and all the way back down again. Just keep it nice and controlled all the way. Don't let the body just ping it back down to the floor. All the way up, all the way down. Just keep that nice smooth movement all the way through. And of course, once you've done around about 15 reps, I know I haven't, switch legs and go to the other leg. Again, just so for a different profile, you can see it goes up to the side and the back. Keeping my arm in check the whole time, keeping the elbow in, up and down, smooth movement. Most importantly, just keep breathing as you do the exercises. The band goes up and down. Excellent. So what you can do with that exercise, you can just keep repeating for about 5 minutes worth of exercise. Do 15 seconds reps on one arm and 15 reps on the other arm, and just keep repeating. When you get a bit of fatigue in the bicep, that's a good time generally to stop. Okay, next up, you're going to do some internal rotation exercises. Now you will need an anchor, i.e. something hard to lock it to. I personally am going to use my door frame. Now simple door frame on the handle. And I'm simply going to take the band and get it to a point where I can feel this resistance on it. And with the same side that I'm using, this is an internal rotation exercise. You're going to basically just stand out, just so it's feeling that tension, so it's pulling your arm that direction. And all I want you to do is keep that elbow again, just like the bicep curls, tucked in at a 90-degree angle, cross the body, and then out, back to that 90-degree angle. Feeling that tension, don't let the arm ping out, all the way out and back. And again, do this about 15 reps. Keeping the body nice and straight, but keep that elbow in the whole time. Cross the body and in. Keeping it across the body and in. Okay, of course, you need to switch. You do exactly the same on the other arm. And you basically step yourself out. This is basically moving into an external rotation. So you start here and across the body. So all the way out, all the way in. External, pulling away from you and pulling, and the bars trying to pull you back in. Or in and out. So this is the 2 exercises. As soon as you've done, say, 15 reps of that, simply switch back to the other arm. Of course, you will need to turn yourself around and do the same exercise out on the other arm. So you're getting both movements, internal and external, on both arms. Excellent. Okay, moving into it. You're going to move into our next exercise, which is stroke movement. Stroke movements are generally what swimming is all about. So the first stroke movement you're going to do is basically going to hold your band, either edge, about just over shoulder width apart, give or take. And from that angle, you're simply going to take your band from your hips, all the way up over the top of your head, right behind you, down to your butt. And on back over the top, and feel it pinch. You've got to try and keep your arms as locked out as much as you can. Feel like clicking, cracking of your bones. It's all good if you get a little bit of click and crack. It just means air's escaping from the body. Up and over. That's it. And you want to do this about 20 times. That's 10 back, and then 10 forward. Over the front, over the back. It should start to feel easier as you do it. That's it. And of course, I'm not just saying do 20 of these and then stop. You can have a little recovery after you've done 20, and then you can just do 20 more, quite happily. Just feeling that movement, feeling that opening of the shoulders. Excellent. Okay, the next stroke movement, one you've probably all seen online. There's many videos of them. It's a stroke movement exercise. Using your anchor point again on the door. This time you need to bend the knees just slightly as if you're doing like a deadlift or a squat. Lean yourself forward so you're getting as flat as you can in level. Now with the other arm, you're going to stick it out in front as if you're in a swim stroke. But all I want you to think about focusing on is keeping that elbow nice and high, pulling back as far as you can to the hip, but then don't let the band ping you back. It's all the way down and back in. Feel that ping, keep that grip, feel that push. So when you're in your pool stroke and you swim, pulling back as far as your hip every single time, getting that resistance. Of course, you want to do about 10 reps of this one before you switch hands. Sorry, dropping the band. That's it. Same as before, arm out nice and high and push. Keep that elbow nice and high as you pull through, push it through the body, feeling that swim stroke. That's good, guys, nice and controlled. And then of course, once you've done that, go back to the same on the other arm and feel that push. Till you start to feel that fatigue starts to set in on your arms, through your shoulder, through your triceps, as you work the exercise. Okay, next exercise. Now I'm going to have to move the camera a little bit, just down to the floor. This is for your glutes now, guys. So this is where you're going to take your elastic band or your TheraBand. You can wrap it around your legs multiple times. All I want you to do is simply place it around your ankles, like so. You're going to move to the side of the room. Now from this band, what I'd like to do, guys, is put a slight bend in your knee. You're going to stretch the band out nice and wide to start with. That's the important part. Now keep these glutes activated, keep the knees pointing in line with your toes. And all you're going to do is little steps, like the smallest step you possibly can. You're simply going to walk about a length of the room, across the bar. That's it. When you get to that point, you're going to go all the way back, feeling it, really activating your butt in those glutes, but keep those knees nice and in line with your toes every time, so you're feeling that squat maneuver. Excellent. And you can do that, of course, repeat it multiple times. Now that should have activated most of your muscle groups for your swimming exercises. Of course, you don't have to just do it once, twice. Do it 20 minutes, 30 minutes of exercise once, twice a week until you get access to that lovely swimming pool again, or the open water lake opens up. Apart from that, enjoy, guys. Have a good one. Bye.